Ayun, pen. Okay. So, dahan-dahanin na lang natin. Eraser. Tapos balik tayo. Gawin natin siyang pen. Ayan. Ano nga po ang nire-rep? Kasi ganun. Anong nire-represent nito? Siya ang nagre-represent sa open. Magnetic field. Saan na ako? Sorry po. Hindi ko alam kung bakit nagkakagano ng PowerPoint ko. Sige lang, para lang usable siya. Tanggalin na lang natin ang Windows Ink. Kahit pangit yung sulat, at least nakakapagsulat, no? Okay. So once again, this B represents the magnetic field. Okay. So ngayon, ang sabi ng equation, again, anong tawag dun sa operation? Ang divergence ng B ay 0. Okay. Ang tawag dyan ay Gauss's law. Okay, so later, I will discuss to you the meaning of this equation. No? Next is this equation. So here, we have two quantities, no? Electric field and magnetic field. Kanina, electric field lang. And then another equation for magnetic field alone. But the third equation contains both electric and magnetic fields. So, this implies that this third equation gives us what happens, no, when electric and magnetic fields are both present. So, interaction sa pagitan ng electric at saka magnetic field. Ano? Okay. So, anong tawag naman dito sa operation na triangle na may X or multiplication sign? Yan naman ang tinatawag natin na curl. No? This is the operation called curl. Kung ang del na may kasamang dot ay divergence, yung del operator na may kasamang multiplication sign or cross, ang tinatawag natin na curl operation. Sir, what does the curl operation imply and indicate? Simple lang. Kapag ka-curl, ibig sabihin lang yan is nagke-create siya ng rotating effect. So, kumbaga, meron tayo ditong electric field, no? Na nagsisirculate. Yun ang nire-represent. Ano? And once again, we would like to use the analogy with this equation. The right-hand side is the cause and the left-hand side is the effect. So the curl of E is equal to the negative of dB over dt. Anong tawag sa equation na ito? Na nagpapakita ng relationship sa pagitan ng electric at saka magnetic field. Ito ang tinatawag na Faraday's law. No? Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, or simply Faraday's law. Okay? And the last equation is this. The curl of B is equal to mu naught J plus mu naught epsilon naught times the partial derivative of E with respect to T. Okay. So here we have another equation containing both magnetic field and electric field. So anong ini-imply niya? Simple lang. This equation again gives us an interaction between electric and magnetic field, no? And it makes use of the curl operation. So mamaya i-explain ko sa inyo kung anong ibig sabihin niyan. Iniisa-isa lang natin para hindi biglaan, ano? Una, ini-introduce ko sa inyo ang mga quantities, no? Yung E, anong tawag sa E? electric field. Yung B, anong nire-represent nung B? Magnetic field. Yung del na may dot, ang tawag ay divergence. At yung del na may cross, ang tawag ay curl. So therefore, Maxwell's equations consist of four equations with divergence and curl. So ano pala yan? It is the divergence and the curl that serves as the language of Maxwell's equations. No? There are only two operations needed, no, or that is used to write Maxwell's equations. Dalawang divergence at dalawang curl. O ngayon, anong tawag dito sa last equation na ito? Actually, yung curl ng B na equal sa mu naught J, ang tawag dyan ay Ampere's law. Yan ang na-discover ni Ampere, no? The curl of B is equal to mu naught J. You call it Ampere's law. But what is the most significant contribution of Maxwell here? It is the addition of this term, no? Itong term na ito, idinagdag niya para maging consistent ang mga equation sa isa't isa. At nung idagdag niya ang equation na yan, dun siya nakapag-predict na may mga electromagnetic waves. At dahil minodify ni Maxwell ang law na nakapangalan kay Ampere, yung Ampere's law ay tinatawag natin ngayong Ampere-Maxwell law. Okay? Ampere-Maxwell law. So ngayon nakita na natin yung apat na Maxwell's equations. Ano nga pong meron sa Maxwell's equations? Yung dalawang equation, divergence. Yung dalawang equations ay curl. No? Yung unang dalawa, divergence ng electric field at divergence ng magnetic field. No? Yun namang pangatlo at pang-apat, curl ng electric field, curl ng magnetic field. So kung mapapansin nyo, symmetric. That's why I believe that nature is really symmetrical. No? There is symmetry in nature. Dalawang divergence, dalawang curl. Dalawang electric field, dalawang magnetic field. No? That's why we will be moved to think that nature is really beautiful. Because here we see that even in mathematics, there is symmetry. No? And of course, we use mathematics to describe the nature of things around us. Okay? Dalawang curl, dalawang divergence. Divergence ng electric field, divergence ng magnetic field. Curl ng electric field, curl ng magnetic field. Okay? So, later ko na lang i-discuss kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng mga yan. Ang mahalaga, maging familiar tayo dun sa equation. Ano? Okay. At alam na natin kung anong pangalan nila. Ngayon, ano naman yung integral form ng Maxwell's equations? Yan yung form na naka-integral. No? So for Gauss's law, this is the integral form of Gauss's law. No? This term represents the flux. No? Simple lang, ang term na ito ay nagre-represent sa flux. At ang term naman na ito ay nagre-represent sa charge. No? This is the flux and this is the charge. So basically, what can we translate this into words? This equation simply tells us that the flux equals the charge. The flux equals the charge. And basically, that is the formal statement of Gauss's law. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo kanina, when it comes to the actual statement of the law, mas nakikita natin yung statement ng law dun sa integral form. Kasi kapag binasa mo yung equation, no, literally, yun na yung statement ng law. Ito yun, no? The total flux is equal to the total charge. Nag-integrate tayo kaya total. No, kinuha mo yung total. Flux, yung quantity na kinumpute mo. At yung nasa right-hand side, yun naman yung total charge. That's why we can state Gauss's law in this manner. The total electric flux in a closed. Kita natin, may bilog. So, this circle in the integral indicates that the surface that we're talking about is a closed surface. Itong S na ito, nag-i-indicate siya na mayroon kang surface. And the surface is closed. So imagine in a closed surface, may flux na nag-e-emanate. At according to Gauss's law, yung daw total flux na yon equal sa total charge na nasaan? Na nasa loob noong surface. Okay? Sunod. Yung Gauss's law for magnetic fields, anong itsura niyan sa integral form? Simple lang. integral of B dot ds is equal to 0. So, ano yan? Again, ito yung tinatawag naman natin na magnetic flux. No? Magnetic. Ipagpaumanhin na po ninyo, hindi gumagana ng maayos. Kung kailan naman kailangan. Nag-orientation ako kahapon, gumagana yung pen tablet ko. Ngayon, hindi na. Someone set me up. Ano ba yan? So, kung meron tayong electric flux, meron tayong magnetic flux. So, how do we read this equation? Because there is an integral sign here, we say that the total. No? The total. Total what? Flux. What type of flux? Magnetic flux. So, the total magnetic flux, where? Through a closed, kasi may bilog, to a closed surface, kasi ds, is equal to 0. That is the actual statement of the law. But what it means, I will discuss later in the next slide. Now, for the meantime, isa-isahin natin para hindi kayo ma-overwhelm. Ano? Basahin natin yung equation ha, basahin natin. The total magnetic flux through a closed surface equals 0. Gawin na lang natin laser pointer. Yan. Ayan. Next equation, Faraday's law. Okay. Anong nire-represent nung nasa left-hand side? This left-hand side represents what we call the induced voltage. Anong tawag sa law? Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So, basically, may na-induce. Ano yung na-induce? Ang na-induce ay voltage. So, this term here is the induced voltage. No? Saan equal ang induced voltage? Uy, derivative. Alam naman natin, sa math, anong derivative? Rate of change. Oh, di ba? Uy, B dot ds. Oops, kagaya nun. Ano nga po yung integral ng B dot ds? What does the integral of B dot ds represent? Sinong makakasagot niyan? Pwede nyo pong i-chat. Anong nire-represent ng integral of B dot ds? It is the... Yeah, that's right. It's the magnetic flux. So, kung kinunan mo ng derivative, ang magnetic flux, anong ibig sabihin nun? Eh, the rate of change ng magnetic flux. So paano natin sasabihin yung law? Simple lang. Ano nga ulit yung nasa left-hand side? This quantity here represents the induced voltage. So according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, the induced voltage is proportional to the rate of change in the magnetic flux. That is the statement of the law. O, di ba? Di ba ang galing? Pag binasa mo yung equation, yung pagkakabasa mo ng equation, yun na mismo yung statement ng law. Okay? And lastly, komplikado ito, no? B.dl, no? B.dl. Dahil siya ay masyadong komplikado, dun ko na lang siya i-discuss sa next na slide. Now, mag-review na lang muna tayo. Ano? Mag-review na lang tayo. Ano nga po yung nire-represent nung B? Ano po yung nire-represent nung B? Hello? Magnetic field, that's right. How about E? Anong nire-represent nung E? Yes, that's right. Electric field. Okay. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, these are Maxwell's equations. Kaso nga lang, lagyan natin ng specific description. These are Maxwell's equations in free space. Kaya nga po, yung mga constant dito, ito permittivity. Permittivity of free space. No? Yung mu, permeability of free space. So, these equations tell us the behavior of electric and magnetic fields in free space. Not only the behavior, but the interaction of electric and magnetic fields in free space. Di ba? Ngayon, sir, may tanong ako. Paano kung hindi free space? Di ba? Paano mag-interact ang electric at magnetic field kung hindi na free space? Simple lang, no? Ang mga equations na ito ay nagsasabi sa atin na magbabago ang behavior ng electric field at ng magnetic field depende